So for this project you need strips of paper, shades of blue and white, scale, tweezers just in case, beads, paper cutter, quilling tool, glue, some string rope and regular paper. It could be any color. I'm using this one, preferably cardstock. So there are two specific elements that we are making for this video, and for that you will require shades of blue and white. So I'll show you one design idea with blue and one design idea with the white one. So let's start. So I'm taking this regular dark blue shade and we're going to twirl it. So you use your quilling tool. You can use your regular quilling tool. If you don't have a quilling tool, you can use a tweezer. I'll show you. Okay, let me show you how to do this with a tweezer so that you get an idea. So using your tweezer, you start with pinching it on one side and start rolling it like so. This is what you get, and once you've rolled a bit, you hold your strip like this and continue rolling. Now we are using the entire length of the strip, that's 12 inches tall and 3 millimeters wide, and we'll use that. So this is what you get, and you loosen it a bit. Continue loosening it up to about 1.5 centimeters wide. So once you've made this the desired size, you apply glue. Just a little and stick it. Make sure it's stuck well by using your tweezer and pressing down upon it. Now what we do is we'll shape it so that each roundel is almost the same size. So something like this. You'll get this with practice, no worries. Now what you do is you hold on to this, bring all of them together under your thumb and your finger, and you press it down on the other side. Press it in a C shape and pinching on both the sides over here. Pressing down like so, and this is what you get. Pinch it, apply glue over here just a little bit and over here, and use your white strip of paper. So we need 12 of these for the project which I am making today. So we need 12 of these and 6 in a different color. In the same way you make those and you keep them ready, and then you stick them all up like this. So you get 2 on the side and 1 in the center like so. So this is one element ready. Now we'll work on the second element. For the second element, what I've done is I've changed things up a bit. I've used white strips of paper. So what I've done with the white strip is I've stuck 2 of them together over here, applied a bit of glue and stuck it, and we've made one long strip of paper. So this is 24 inches in length now, and that we're going to roll, make exactly the same design as the one I'd shown you earlier, but it will be a little bigger because we are using 2 strips of paper. So let's start doing that. For that, This is about 1 inch wide, 1 inch across, and we'll apply glue over here. You can see the difference in the width and the length. So this is what we are left with. Now I have 2 more of these ready, and we are going to glue them together like so. And you allow it to dry. Now another thing I would like to do is, and what I usually do is, all of these which I've made, they're all strong. See, I'm pressing them and nothing's coming out on the other side. That's because I've applied glue on them also. So you create 50%, you create a liquid with 50% glue and 50% water, and I'll show you what I do. So we are left with this one which is drying, and we've created 5 more, so I need a total of 6 of these. So 18 of these petals you have to make and stick them together. So 18 twos are 36. You'll need 36 strips of white paper, 12 inches tall, and you can stick 2 of them together. You must stick 2 of them together and make 1 petal, and you will stick 3 of these together and make 6 of these elements. So 6 of these and 6 of these. This is what we are left with. Now let's start assembling this. So we'll allow this to dry. In the meantime, we'll work on the other part of this project. Now what we'll do is, as I said, you need a sheet of paper. I'm using this lovely golden handmade paper which I have, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. Now for cutting it, this size that you have over here, so where it bends from over here to where it bends from over here, so somewhere over here, this is the size that you measure of the smallest element. You don't measure this one because this one is going to be a little wider, so you measure the smaller one, and we'll take that measurement. So you have your scale out and we'll measure it. It's about 2 centimeters tall from here to here. So this is a centimeter side, this is the centimeter side, so we're going to cut this much over here. The length I'll tell you. Right now we're working on the width, so let's cut this first. Use your cutter and cut it. You're left with this. You could use a thicker paper that's once again completely upon you. So now we are left with this. Now what we need to do is, we have a total of 12 of these, 6 in white and 6 in the colored ones. We are going to create 12 grooves over here. So half a centimeter each groove, and the 13th one will be, we'll need an extra one so we can stick on top of it. So we'll create 13 grooves. Now for 13 grooves you need 6.5 centimeters wide length, because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 6.5, 11 12 and half. So 6.5 centimeters is what you have to cut over here. So we are on 5 and 6 and 6.5 is here. So let's cut that first. So we get 6.5. Now we start scoring this. So I love these mats. What you could do is, you don't have to sit and mark each and every groove or each and every point. You can just hold your scale to half over here and a full over here, and just start making your grooves. So I love this part about these mats. So we'll start scoring these. Now for scoring, you need a scorer, but my scorer is a little wide. This one that I'm using, so it's a little wider. So I'm not really sure about the perfect scoring that can be done. So I prefer scoring it with my tweezers. So you have your tweezer, you just hold it like this and you score. And you keep scoring every half a centimeter. So we are ready with 2 of these sheets. Now we'll keep them aside and we'll work on another element. For that, I've taken 2 strips of white and I've stuck them together. So they're a little heavier and stronger. So like this, we'll create 3 such strips and 3 of the blue ones. So this white goes with this white, and we'll need 3 more of them with blue. So let's take our blue strips and I'll show you how I stick them. Now we are going to assemble all of this together. So this idea I came up with on my own. I tried quite a few tips and tricks and different so this idea was in my head from quite some time, and I wanted to try and make something like this from probably almost a year and a half, and I tried a couple of things, but it always used to break apart or fall down. And this is what I came up with, and I absolutely love how it turned out, my project. I'll show you the first one that I created, after a few tries, and it's been a year since I made that, and it does not break apart, it does not fall apart. and it looks as good as new, and it is gorgeous to look at, and it's something I'm really proud of because I came up with this on my own. I love working on new ideas and trying new things and working out a plan in my head. So this, you fold each groove like this and you keep it ready. Now what we'll do is we'll stick it. So on this strip, what I want you to do is cut half of this in half, cut this single strip in half and make 6 inches strips. So we've got 6 of these and 6 of these. Now we're gonna stick them over here, alternate. So you take this, put this down over here and manage to find the center. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is a little longer, so somewhere over here, and we're going to stick this. So each groove has a single strip. So you apply glue. This is done. We'll stick this on top over here so that it fastens these strips and it doesn't leave it unfinished. So we're going to apply glue. I have my old rolling pin that I don't use anymore, and I'm using that as a center, and you need to use something like this and press down upon this. Make sure it's stuck well. Apply glue. And you press it down. Make sure it sticks well and move on to the next. This is what you get. Move on to the next. This one. Stick it down right in the center. So the centers have to match for both of them. Press down and make sure it's stuck. And continue doing this for the rest. And there we have it, almost ready. Now what we'll do is we'll have to stick these on this. So you have to make sure that you align each of these strips with each of these elements and these petals, and we're going to stick them on top. So you start with applying glue over here, and we'll use our tweezers. And start from the other side. So we need to secure both the sides. That is the main thing, that is the most important thing. That's the reason we need the strip coming from both the sides. So at least one petal should be stuck from the bottom. So this is done. We have this ready. I've allowed it to dry for some time. It looks really gorgeous. Now we're going to string it. For that, what I've done is the same golden color that I'd used, the paper. I've taken that and we're going to cut it in strips and we're going to make a dome. So you cut this is about 5 millimeters in height and 10.5 inches tall, 5 millimeters in width and 10.5 inches tall. Now I have cut 4 of these and I've kept them ready. Now we are going to roll them. We're going to stick them and roll them. So let's take the first one and the second one, and we have to roll it until it fits this area over here. So we're going to keep adding on to it. We're going to keep checking first of all whether it fits or not. So this will take some time. So I've used about 4 3/4 of these strips. So once again, this depends upon how big this circle of yours is. If you've taken this, these are 12, right? 12 parts which I've taken. If you've taken 10, this will be a little smaller. If you've taken say 8, it will be much smaller. So if it's 8, then what you could do is you could directly put your bead on this, this would be smaller, much smaller, the circumference of the circle. So you could fit your bead directly in, so you won't have to create something like this to hold the bead to this place. You'll get it once you see it. Right, now I guess this should be good enough. It stays here. Now what we'll do is we'll give it a dome shape. Press down from one side and keep holding this like this so that it doesn't just come out from the other side, or all your hard work will go for waste. Now we'll apply glue over here. It's nice and snug on this side. There we have it. This is how it's stuck. So this is ready now. We've closed both the ends with the domes. Put this through over here. Remove this metal needle. And you could change the height of this as long or as short as you want. And there we have it, our lovely beautiful 3D ornament is ready. You can use it in your car as a dangler, different colors of course. You can use it on your Christmas tree. You can gift it to friends. You can make tinier versions of this and use it as a earring. You can just make half of it, flatten out the other side and use half of it as a pendant, and it won't shift. Where else you can cut it and you can stick it on your walls and it'll look like a beautiful 3D effect, some home decor with 3D effect. So once again, the uses are plenty. And because we have stuck this with double paper, we stuck 2 strips of paper together, so it makes it very, very strong. Now all you need to do is apply another layer of water and glue mix, 50-50 once again, brush it all over, or you could use varnish from one of those cans. Just spray it over this and it's going to be strong. If you don't have varnish, I would suggest you use clear nail polish. That will be a bit of work, but if you apply it all through this, it's going to remain strong and as it is for a long, long time to come. So this is the one which I made today, and I'll show you one which I made a year ago when I had the idea. So I made this to once again for Christmas, during Christmas time, just before Christmas, and it was supposed to be a poinsettia theme one. This I've used 14 of these, so there are 7 of this and 7 of these, and together they make 14. I used a mirror at the bottom and the same thing, and I hope you like these ideas. I hope you give them a try. They are a bit of work, but they are really gorgeous to look at, and it's very unique. It's one of a kind thing that I've thought up of, and I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. So do let me know how you like this idea and whether or not you're going to try it. So once again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bye bye.